All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started today. My name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. Please write it down. Take the time to go get a tablet and pen and let's learn how to play the game. Ultimate goal is simple. Let's get you some money. Let's use you some credit. Let's rebuild your life and let's do it the right way. So today, tablet, pen, learn things, write it down. All right, we're going to call it Ray Secrets because you're going to hear things today you've never heard before. So keep in mind, no recording, no pictures, tablet, pen, put it in there, put it in the brain. Born in a taxi. Well, that was me. That kind of sucks. She threw me in a trash can. The next family, they took me and dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30 from the age of 3 to 9.5 years old. So used and abused, what am I supposed to do? Feel sorry for myself like most people do? Heck no. God gave me a brain with an IQ off the chart, total recall on most things. So what did I do? I learned to read at 2.5 years old. I got my first 100,000 at 9.5. I got my first million at 14. I did 2.6 billion at 26. Let me show you what I did and what I can do for you. Please write down today's date because that's how we're going to get past go. Let's look at the end of the year. It only takes 3 to 6 months anyway. So the reality is all you have to do is listen, learn, and follow through. And I like to do most of the work for you anyway. See, I don't want you to make any mistakes in a perfect program that works. So I'll show you the mansions, the yachts, the big building, and the Lamborghinis too. Ultimate goal, I'm the millionaire maker for you. So procrastination, that's the killer of a dream. Don't put off something yesterday, today, till tomorrow too. Ultimate goal, time, I don't control it, neither do you. But I do control the time that God's given me. And I can't waste a second of the day. Ultimate goal, I never know when I'm going to die. In 2009, I got to have swine flu pneumonia, pandemic 9, and I got to die at 5:41 on July 5th. Kind of sucks. But God gave me another chance to come back and help you. So let's write down Getting Past Go. Ultimate goal, I'll show you the Lamborghini collection, the Duffys, the mansions, how I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981. I just want to prove white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. I parked my race boat in my backyard. Oh, what about my helicopter? How about the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor? How about the 3 yachts and the Ferraris too? Write down Ray's rules. Going to teach you how to play today. July 4, 2009, I got to die in that yacht. There I am. What went wrong? All right, worth billions of dollars in their corporate structure. I get to take people on the yacht and get to have some fun watching the fireworks. And the next day at 5:41, they pronounced my time of death. But I got a choice to come back and help you. Ultimate goal today, the reason you have bad credit is pretty simple. No one ever taught you how to play the game. All right, it's called the lack of knowledge. So it gives you some secrets today. Ultimate goal is going to be up to you too. So remember the federal law. Federal Trade Commission says credit repair is a scam and a fraud. Not allowed to collect money up front. All right, you can't rebase, you have to rebuild it. It's not broken. So if you Google the Credit Repair Services Act, you'll get a copy of that page I just showed you. It also refers you to the Credit Repair Organization Act, where it says, bottom line, attorneys can't do credit repair. What are you supposed to do now? Pretty simple. Build relationships and dreams. So the ultimate goal is simple. We're going to write down some secrets today. Every seminar, workshop, and boot camp, you're stuck with me. I don't pass the buck. But the ultimate goal is pretty simple to do. Remember today, I've been training rich and famous people for 43 years. Let's see if I can get to train you starting today. You got 4 ways to get to millionaire status. Number 1, win the lottery. Inherit the money or get a big raise. Unfortunately, most people with money, they kind of waste it away. Why don't you let me rebuild you and do it the right way? Let's get to the millionaire status this year. Ultimate goal, you only take 1,000 steps. That's all it takes. Let's give you the first 25 steps today. Number 1, you go to raisecredit.com and clickety-clack and give me the credit report numbers on the right-hand corner. I can make anybody's score go up and away. All right, that's step number 1 for you. Ultimate goal, what do we get to do next? It's very simple. Pull out your Social Security card today. You see, we were all told one thing, get an SSN to get a job. And we got that SSN, and we got our job, and we filed our tax return too. That's how we created a 1040 tax return for you and me. Now understand, number 2, I'd like you to get the card and look at it front and back. It'll say, do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes too. Remember, it only takes 90 working days to build someone's score up, and away, and rebuild somebody. All right, that's step number 3. Now, if you don't follow through on your end, it might take a little bit longer, up to 180 days. All you got to do is follow through. My system's called Rapid Refresh. It blocks bad credit, and it pushes the score up, and away, and it tears it apart for you. Now, you got 3 ways to do this. Number 1, here's a 487. What happens? I got no credit, so I get them a card unsecured and rebuild them too. Here's a 586, no credit after a bankruptcy, build them some credit right away. Again, I can rebuild anybody. You can basically use the do-it-yourself kit or go to the class on Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or you can let me do the work for you. It's called credit rebuilding and rapid rescore. The office is going to charge you $9.98. They make a commission. I usually give you half price on a webinar with me. So what happens today is everything on Saturday, I got a class. It's called Educationalization. If you want to go, it's up to you. You don't have to. Average case, again, is 90 working days. From there, it's never going to go past 180 days. One of the things I always want to do is take away your excuses. You see, most people are procrastinators, and half the people in the world are lazy. So let's get you a $1,000 card. It's a cash card, $1,000. You can reimburse yourself. But I'm going to give you half price during the webinar, $4.99. Then I'm going to guarantee the 750 score. I'm going to give you a money back guarantee, by the way, too, or your money back. Next thing is we have to introduce you to Zelle. Maybe you know what Zelle is from your bank or credit union. It's an instant way of transferring money. It's safe. They can't hack it. Like they're hacking credit cards, personal cards, and credit bureaus and companies and blackmailing them too. So you might want to understand and take a picture of this page today. On Zelle, I am the recipient, and the email address is ray@rayscredit.com. Use Zelle right away, you get it for $4.99. If you wait till I'm done, call the office, it's $9.98. Because they make a commission and I don't. See, I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. Bank transfer deposit as well. Ultimate goal, I want you to do number 4 now. I want you to write down a phone number, 888-567-8688. I want you to call it to get off the national mailing list and get rid of half the robocalls too. This is step number 4. I want you to opt out for 5 years when you call that number right away. Ultimate goal today is plan the problem. When you plan the problem, what happens is something happens, you're prepared. Unfortunately, most of you, you got someone that knocked you down, got in your way, took it away from you too. Probably a friend or family member, by the way. Ultimate goal is safety credit. Can you write that down, please? Each one of these cards in my hand are $50,000 apiece. The problem is you didn't learn the rules and tools how to play. And Credit Karma, credit bureaus can't lie, even though they've been indicted hundreds of times too. On the back of every card you got today, you're going to put the limit. What's 25? What's 29%? You see, the moment you jack up a card past 29%, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more. Please quit using the wrong money in the first place. If you would have listened to me 43 years ago, all right, because I've been doing it for 43 years, you wouldn't be screwed up today. If you would have started this right out of high school, you would have protected your family and you too. Unfortunately, you're using the wrong money in the first place. So the next thing I need you to write down is line of defense. Don't just watch me write it down, line of defense. In your city today, you see grocery stores and banks like Wells Fargo, B of A, and Chase. They've shut down locations before pandemic too. They bankrupt the locations, write off on their taxes, and get a tax credit. When you bring the pain home and you have a problem, all you do is go boo-hoo-hoo. And most people feel sorry for themselves too. You got no choice today. Understand, when I set up the system with Ken Yarbrough, taught him how to play the game too, when he was security chief of TOW in a Spirit years ago. Anything from 0 to 29% is in the green. 30 to 49 is in the yellow. Anything at 50 above is in the red. So when I tell you put that damn sticky on those cards today, you might want to pay attention to me. I'm the #1 consultant worldwide. Maybe you'll pay attention to that too. Remember, sticky behind the card. Write down never bring the pain home again. Simple to do. Learning Ray's secrets. Now what we're going to do, that's step number 5, by the way. So what happens is when you lose your job, have an emergency, what do? Simple. Everyone does the same silly thing. They run out of time, run out of money, and then they jack up their credit 42 days. I don't understand how you do that. So let's remember, I want to repackage your house, your car, your bank account. There's one of the mansions. That's one of the first cars, and there's a bank account with $1 billion in it too. Would you like to have one of those? Let me know. When I built credit from a cat years ago, I wanted to prove my stunt that cats have 9 lives. As of today, so will you. Inc. magazine, How to Finance Your Business. So this means that corporate credit card, interest rate, line of credit, we're going to write it all off and grow the business without screwing it up from the family. You don't have to steal the money from the family. You never had to. Next thing, if you screwed up a division, you can write that off too. Just like banks and grocery stores do. Everything to gain, nothing to lose. But can I get you to play the game? Today, let's think about it. You need a $5,000 money now. What are you going to do? Go ask your friends in the bank. They're all going to say no anyway. And no matter what I say or do today, you waste $50 every other day. You know you do. So if this is a $5,000 card in my hand, and I max it out at $50 a month, and the average person's wasting $50 every other day, that's called a safety credit card for you. Ultimate goal, how about $140 a week? Do you waste that? Is that true? If that's true, that's $600 a month. That's $50,000 line of credit. If I max out one of these cards today at $50,000, the payment is $612.26. So what the average person wastes in a given month, they could have got 2 pizza restaurants with the drive-through. Stop wasting money. Please never bring the pain home again. You never had to in the first place. That's step number 6. Ultimate goal, what we're going to do next is believe in ourselves. Believe in you. You know, it's amazing. All my life I've had people give me crap because I can write with both hands, talk at the same time. I got an IQ off the chart too. When I play a game, I kick their assets every time. They don't like to play. But I believe in God and I believe in me. Kind of like when I beat the record for the highest kick on the planet in '81, I still hold this day. Bottom line is, I just want to prove white men do jump, and stupid people say we don't. Don't listen to the dummies around you, please. God gave you a gift and a dream. Why don't you see it, believe it, go get it. Now let's go back to your SSN. We got an SSN because we were told to like sheep. We got to get that to get the job. Our big paycheck's coming in. We planned the bills that week too. But the bottom line is, when we got that paycheck, it was half as much. We forgot the IRS, public record, they get their cut before we get the leftover. That's how it plays. We work for them too. So it's called tax till we're dead. We're getting probate and 1040 tax return too. Remember today, ladies and gentlemen, you're only entitled to one SSN. And if you don't learn to play, you're just going to be a duck all your life too. Remember, all right, let's write down, we got one thing. We also got an SSN for another reason. We're the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, why don't we write down Ray's rules one more time and write down 100,000? Why don't we get you 100,000 of credit, use 29%. That leaves you 71,000 of safety credit. Case blank, it's a fan, lost a job or pandemic for 19 months. But when you take that money and credit from your family, you roll the dice and you screw it up, you bring the pain home. Please stop doing that. That's called silly and dumb. You shouldn't be using that money in the first place. Never bring the pain home because you never had to. That's Ray's rule, step number 7, by the way. Ultimate goal is easy to do. We all got a sad story to tell. Come on. My first come at 5.5. My last 2009, that one I got to die in. First one I was told I was crippled the rest of my life. But I'm from Show Me State. There's my yacht, one of the 3. Race boat, they got my name on it too. That largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor. Google the address. See, I'm from Show Me State. I think most people are full of blah, blah, blah. It's like those motivational speakers, so blah, blah, blah. If they don't give you rules and tools, I think you're wasting your time and your money, like Johnny said. All right, Tony Baloney got him for $7,500. After 3 days of blah, 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 he said, bye-bye. He got his money too. And that picture there, I'm dead. They're asking my wife if I'm a donor. But God gave me a chance to stay in peace or go back. I said go back that day. So I got to come back, have an H1N1 contaminated 9. And what did I get to do? I got to walk around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. All right, put my score back to 820. Then I popped the card up to $1 million again. You got a choice today. I want you to understand how you're going to go get what you want. You've been trying all your life. You've been looking for what, wasting money here and there too. How about we hold hands for 90 days and sing Kumbaya? It's win the lottery, inherit the money, get a raise. I think my way's faster than that. What do you think today? But that's up to you. All right, learning more secrets today. Write down 5 closet divisions. See, this gives you the ability to pull out another one, another one, another one, another one too. You see what rich and famous people do, grocery stores and banks and cities do. They got a backup for a backup. Would you bring that panhammer again? Because you met me. After we're done rebuilding, you're not going to screw it up again. Ray's secrets, by the way. Ultimate goal, God's delays have never been God's denials. We get to play. Let's pretend I write you a check for $1 million today. What are you going to do with the money? What bank account? How are you going to structure the money? If you're a guy, you're probably going to piss it away like you normally do anyway. An ultimate goal, if you put it in your personal account, men or women, it doesn't matter, you keep $375. The rest goes to the IRS, and you have to pay tax on the interest you earn too. Put it in a corporation, that's a good thing. Because a corporation doesn't pay tax, so it makes a profit. So you get a pension plan, annuities, profit sharing, medical, dental, life insurance policy, company car, and all the goodies. SS4 is the opportunity for the dream. But the problem is you're winning that battle. You're probably going to run out of money too. Raise secrets. So that's number 8. If you listen and learn what I've taught people for 43 years, all the rich and famous people, they don't run out of money. They learn to 5 times X and make sure it's tax-free. And then they use borrowed money the rest of their life too. And they never run out of money like you. You can learn to play. Now Mary's great. When I met Mary's great. She's explained how she is an Ivy Leaguer and she's making $250,000, Fortune 500 company, doing really good. And then she says she hired a tax attorney and CPA and all that good stuff too. I said, why'd you do that? She said, I'm going to start a business. Fantastic. Make sure you're the qualified CFO of the corporation. And it's like, what does that mean? So in other words, your CPA and attorney sits there going, beep, 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 like a bunch of dummies like most of them do. You see. And then Mary goes, well, I used my credit. How much? 100,000. I had an 810. I go, what is it today? It's a 591. You see, this is my point. Until the world knows how to play the game, why do they even start a damn business? 9 out of 10 sit there every day going, beep, that's all, folks. Someone's going to teach you how to play. That's right, Mary's losing her house this month. Thank goodness for a CPA and attorney, a bunch of dummies. What do you think? Grocery stores and banks, Sam's Club, they file bankruptcy on locations, derived from their taxes, and they get a tax credit using a branch number and a tax ID in a division, what they call it a subsidiary. So if we started with the tax ID in the division, get to the million, we can turn them into subsidiaries too. You want the 100 million yet? Let me know. That's step number 9. Ultimate goal. You heard the cities file bankruptcy in the past. So did I. But me, the next day I was at the court building. I went back and forth to that court building for about 3 or 4 months. I want to know how they play the game. I tear apart everything. So the United States of America Incorporated sets up 50 corporations called states. States set up corporations and call them cities. That's the line of defense right in front of you. They planned the problem, but not you. They created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. You can't say to bankrupt the city's debts and stay in business. But when you have a bad day, you what? You go wham, wham, wham all the way home? No, that's not going to happen anymore. It's like the example of Apple filing bankruptcy in 97. They were done. Luckily, Mr. Bill Gates, who got indicted 4 times by our government for being so damn smart, he wrote a check for $150 million. He saved their assets. Now they're worth trillions of dollars. And they don't pay tax at all. You got to learn to play. Remember, I told you to get that SSN out today. That was to get your first job. And then from there, I want you to write down SS4. Can you do that for me, please? You see, here's the thing. We're entitled to 1 SSN. That's all we get. That's all we're allowed. But in SS4, corporation, division, subsidiary, or more, we can try. As long as we're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, we must be dead. Can you Google the word bankruptcy today for me, please? That way you get this page right in front of you. It says SSN, but it says SS4. Corporation, division, subsidiary, more. The opportunity to try, never bring the pain home. All right, but that's up to you. See, I got no intent to do fraud, neither do you. You just want to make sure you rebuild your life and make sure you don't hurt your family again. Step number 10. So today we got an SSN equals a 1040, tax, and probate 2. SS4 equals 1120. Line 10 says banking and credit purposes. This is the IRS public record. So your choices today, stay being a duck, quack, 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 or learn how to play the game and learn how to win. We only get a 1 SSN. We're all a bunch of ducks. But an SS4, we could be winning that battle starting today, because you can get an SS4 corporation, division, subsidiary, more. Just ask yourself the question, how are you going to go get what you really want? You've tried all your life. It doesn't matter if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. You've been trying. Sorry, you hadn't been working, has it? Because you didn't meet me. You should have been playing with me a long time ago, too. Win the lottery, inherit the money, get a raise. Sorry, you're probably going to waste that money away anyway, because you don't know how to play with money. All right, or let me rebuild you. Me, simple. Being used and abused as a kid. 7.5, I listened to a poker game. They said a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down. I circled it 10 times. They told me it was weird. Went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department. And I asked the lady, what does this mean? All I heard is, this is Michael Fee here, bud. It's like I'm back in friggin' Mayberry. I'm searching for a blueprint instruction manual to get out of hell. You know, I'm 7.5 years old. Chapter 18, it's not legal advice. It says a corporation's a legal person that may sue or be sued. So I sent my little money order away. Secretary of State at 9.5, came back, got 100,000 in the mail. I even got named in the movie Dave. So you better understand something. Me and you probably suck sometimes, because you bring the pain home. I'll bet you a corporation's a better way to play. But do what you want today. I only have 18 million millionaire clients and 19 billionaires too. So it's going to be up to you. Now remember, if you do a corporation, someone's going to ask you if you're a member of the Better Business Bureau. I always ask them on the phone, did you not do your research on them first? And realize the BBB got busted because they're a fraud? They got 10 million companies won't pay their $615, all right, because they're a fraud? From Wolfgang Puck, you know, didn't matter if it's Walt Disney or KBC. Bottom line is no one's going to pay the $615 to be blackmailed again and again too. But what can I say? The courts threw them out of the city. They got indicted. They changed their name to Business Alliance too. The Better Business Bureau, per the 2020 and CNN, are fraud. Period. So rich and famous people, 2019 of those, profit and nonprofit corporation too. I like teaching the rich and famous because they do what I tell them to do. Some of you will, but some of you are kind of a pain in the butt too. But if you listen carefully, you're going to get raised secrets and follow through. I'll do the work for you too. Ultimate goal, I set up a system for people coming out of prison. Freeway Ricky Ross, after 20 years, rebuilt his credit in 6 months and less. Got him a gold and a platinum card paid over time, up to $1 million too. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. After I rebuilt him in 6 months, he got into the dump truck business, doing millions of dollars a year. See, if you can beat your doubt, run your race, and get out of my way while I rebuild you, we'll be better off. Step number 11, by the way. So getting past go, not hard to do. I mean, you know, God's gift too. The mansion, the yachts in the backyard, where you park yours again. Helicopter, building, Lamborghini too. You see, when I wrote Winning the Game of Business 40 years ago, I wanted to repackage America like I want to do today too. I was at the Bonaventure for 43 years, every Wednesday night, 7 p.m., lying around the hotel, get hold of me, having fun. The office sells the 12 books and CDs called the Millionaire's Founders Kit for $9.99. I give you half price at $4.99 during the webinar. If you sell it right away. Ultimate goal, change your driver's license, please, to a P.O. box or mailing address. I'd like you to protect your assets and your privacy too. Use Ray's rules, never bring the pain home again. Look at the Driver's Privacy Protection Act too. Understand you get to play. That's step number 12 today. Ultimate goal when I did the divisions years ago. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. From there is pretty simple. Multiple functions, separate pieces. So I like cash credit per division because a division's a legal person too. So if I get you a gold card up to $1 million paid over time, is that okay? Would you like 9 sister cards too? How about a piece of property for every division? How about a franchise? So if one goes wrong, you still got 8 left to go. Do it again and again too. Oh, I'm sure that's what rich and famous people do in banks and grocery stores. What do you think? You can learn to play the game if you want to. Ultimate goal, you can become the bank. Buckets of money, tax balancing. So today, we got to talk about your car. Like I said, I want to repackage your whole life. You got your car. Oh, goody. You let them sweat you for hours on end. You lost $5,000 after 9 inquiries too. You're only entitled to 6 every 180 days anyway. They gave you a piece of paper, said, we need you to fill it out, run your credit. And you filled it out, went, bah, I'm a sheep. That's got to stop. Raise rules. You sign that piece of paper from now on. Next year you put this allows 1 inquiry and you take a picture. This has to stop. That's number 13, by the way. The car you have today or the one you buy in the future should be tax ID in the division. It should never show up on personal credit reports in a corporate car. That way it's a complete write-off. It's not your car. But if you got a repossession today and you're not using rate secrets, the IRS might even just give you a 1099-C too. Congratulations again. Bottom line is a bumpity bump. At any grocery store, since you're the registered owner, they're probably going to sue you. That means they're going to call those lovely attorneys on TV that all say, I'm number 1, I'm number 1. I wonder which one's going number 2. Remember, a registered owner of a car, in my opinion, should be a division. So when they try to sue you at the end of the day, why don't we give them diddly squat? Protecting your assets, planning the problem, like I told you in the beginning today. Step number 14. So if you want to buy a car at fleet price tax ID in a division, there's a class on Saturdays called Goal Setting, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time too. Alright, step by step for you, learning more race secrets. So the bottom line is I had my 17 houses, alright, at 819. They wouldn't let me get 18. The loan to value problem. Okay, I transferred into the divisions. I freed up my credit report and separate the liability too. Your paycheck should be break even, by the way. Corporations don't pay tax, so they make a profit. So if you do it the right way, like Amazon did on the first 10 billion and trillion, they pay no tax at all. You pay more tax than they do. Congratulations again. See, there's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. Understand. They pay tax and gallon of gas and property tax too. Ultimate goal, 3 of them have their own spaceships now. I wonder which one's going to go to the moon first. So keep in mind today, they're doing what the Internal Revenue Service allows them to do, incorporated. Corporations don't pay tax, so they make a profit. So you can complain or you can join the club and learn race secrets too. That'll be up to you. So remember, he's got his own island and a spaceship. I bet you he goes to the moon first. What do you think? Whee! Now, if you look at Carl online, he's got $1.2 billion in Bank of America. Since borrow money is not taxable, he leverages and never pays tax at all. You can learn how to do that too. Ultimate goal, simple. But if you put money in the corp, eventually you run out of money. Unless you got money coming in again and again, you get 5 times X, tax-free, and never run out of money again in your life too, if you want to. But you got to learn how to play. It's kind of like if I took a corporate card, $50,000 off the card, the payment's about $612. Simple, it's what the average person wastes every month anyway. I loan in $50,000 to 5 people, put a second on their house. A homestead block or a UCC one chattel mortgage too. They don't pay, I get their house and all the goodies. So if they do pay, I create $2,449 a month of cash flow. Would you like 5,000 or 10? You can increase your income or replace it. That's race secrets too. Buffett, I love Mr. Buffett's father. They leverage money. Every business he's ever purchased is free. He uses borrowed money, which is free, non-taxable, and transfers stock back and forth too. From owning ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Bridger, and Fruit of the Loom. Would you like to learn to play the game, learn race secrets too? Let me know. Remember, Saturday I got 7 classes live, 7 a.m. to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We get to play if you want to play for at least 90 days. That way you can learn some more secrets too. Now, if all you want is a 750 score, I'll block the bad credit. I'll rebuild your credit, but you got 3 ways to do this too. You can get the book and CD. You can go in the class on Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or let us do it for you for $9.98. Class on Saturday is 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, education analyzation. No case past 180 days, but on the webinar, I give you a $1,000 Visa cash card, and I give you half price of $4.99. So you actually double your money and guaranteed a 750 score to take away your excuses. Step 15, by the way. Ultimate goal, it's a Zelle, bank wire, or transfer. That's all you got to do. Now, number 16 is pretty simple to understand too. Now, remember, tomorrow, I've got a setup class for corporation. And on Saturday too, same time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. How you got to name the corp, what type you want to pick, what venue to, level 1, how to set up your division step by step, and how to buy at wholesale price. You get to go to that for 30 days if you want to. Friday or Wednesday or Saturday, learning the secrets too. Go to either one or both. Now, if you have a corp, I'll build that one. If not, all right, I'll start you with a starter package for the beginners. Okay, credit rebuilding, rapid score. All right, officers list, articles, tax ID, setup in level 1, 30 days. I want to give you 10,000 of cash credit back to you as we rebuild you. Office sales are for about 2,000, good price. Webinar price is half price of $9.99 and 10 times cash credit back to you. If you want $25,000 of cash credit, it's Millionaires in the making. Same goodies, but again, the office charges $5,000. I give half price of $2,499 during the webinar because you're getting $25,000 of cash credit. All you have to do is Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. Simple to do. All right, number 16, why don't you run your life through a corp or in conjunction? But you're grown up, you gotta do what you wanna do, number 16. Next thing is pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, debt offsets taxes on a corporation. So the ultimate goal is pretty simple to do. Your paycheck today is taxable, you get the leftover, then you pay payment, gas, registration, insurance. You could be saying no right away and driving a company car if you want to, but that's up to you, step number 17. Goal today is SS4 equals 1120. Line 10 right in front of you says banking and credit purposes, and this is IRS public record for you. Number 18, go to irs.gov and download your SS4 form. So you realize I'm factually verifiable too, unless you just want to be a duck. Quack, quack, quack some more. The United States of America Incorporated. I love the United States. But any game I've ever played, I mastered the rules better than anybody. I want to win. The United States of America Incorporated sets up 50 corporations called states. States set up cities, corporations. They do the line of defense in front of you. And every one of you are letting life pass you by. You see, they planned the problem too, called a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. Remember, today you are we the people. And ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they haven't quit printing money 24/7. Every hospital was federally mandated at that time, and still to this day. Every woman who delivers a baby within 3 hours or less must sign the SSN form. So they can bond the baby, print some more money. If not, baby can't go with his car seat. Can't go in the car seat, can't go home with a stroller too. So you gotta learn to play. Now the confusing thing online is you got these websites say you don't need to guarantee. I'm sorry, that's a bunch of blah, blah, blah. To get cash credit cards, cash lines of credit, supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards too, you gotta be a qualified CFO. And I'm gonna make you the best CFO you can be. If you're looking at the trade line things, please don't do them. Look at the Fair Lending Act. I don't want you to go to prison. But again, corporate credits are write-off. The interest rate line of credit up and away. Division messes up, write that off too. Let the grocer and the bank get to do. So the bottom line is everything to gain, nothing to lose. All you gotta do is let me make you the CFO you need to be. Winning the battle and learning the secrets starting today. Ultimate goal, you bought a house. You did use Ray's rules, right? Escrow, close, homestead, put it in a trust. Oh, you didn't do that? So when they sue you, they take it away? And when you die, it's stuck in the probate and your family got diddly squat because you're not paying attention today? Oh, well, what can I say? Corporation. So you're going to fix up some property? Oh, goody for you. You're going to hire that contractor. They hire the subcontractor to stand outside Home Depot, good workers. But if they cut corners and slip and fall and sue you, would they not take everything you got too? Why don't you think about putting properties, just if you want to, in a division? How about an assignment of equity? End of the day, when they try to sue you, why don't we get them diddly squat? I like irrevocable trust. You might want to check that out too. Do what you want. You're a grown-up today. Step number 19. Playing peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Why would people do that? It's kind of dumb. When a corporation doesn't pay tax, so it makes a profit anyway. If hypothetically you ever did that, go to irs.gov, download a form called 656, 433A and B, get all that free money, get your butt back in the system today. That's step number 20. Ultimate goal is not hard to do. So what do we get to do? It's pretty simple. When you fix up a property, please don't use your money. Let's use OPM. Let's get the division set up to save up to 70%, not pay a bill for 30 to 60, 90 days anyway. Let's turn around and get escrow to pay off the debt. Let's take the leftover up to $200,000. Do not piss away, men. Learn Ray's rules, leverage money, borrow money's not taxable, set up the line of defense. That's step number 21, called blackjack. Here's the Reynolds University before I died in a coma. It was only 22,000 square feet, building Irvine Spectrum. Ultimate goal, simple. The bank would be there all the time. Banks, when you got money, is always going, See, you got money. Or he's going to kiss your assets too. Don't have a pot, you know what? They don't know your name. Remember, you need to master Ray's secrets. So banks borrow up to times 10 from the feds, loan back 5 to you. If you would have listened to leveraging the money of that escrow, all right, it would have came up to $3 million of borrow money, which is free. I would have told you to buy a McDonald's for $2 million with free money and pay it back as free money too. You got to learn to play. Now, if you get money in a corp, that's a good thing, but if you waste it, you're going to be broke again anyway. Learn 5X, tax-free, and never run out of money again. Kind of fun. But again, your corporation should be a management company. The division should be the ducks. It's just like the banks and grocery stores and rich and famous people. All right? Write down the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Something goes wrong with the piece, I'm going to separate the piece, right? Keep the other pieces and not bring the pain home like you. You never had to in the first place. Why did you? Oh, lack of knowledge. Divisions, tax IDs. Step 22. Ultimate goal, what are you willing to lose? Simple, family. People bring the pain home. That's not acceptable. The corporation can be sued and they pierce the veil, come out to you. Not acceptable. Divisions are cheap. I don't lose anything. I want world peace. I got no intent to do fraud, neither do you. You have the intent to protect your family too. But if we play a game today, we're going to have to lose a piece or two. So remember, winners always get checkmate. And they always master Ray's secrets. So step 23. So today, Ray Reynolds University, car building, reach the dream, think and be the impossible, using Ray's rules, and making every one of you a millionaire. Using Ray's secrets, kind of fun too. So remember, the 14th Amendment turn corporations into people. That means the United States of America, incorporated, has 50 states. All states are corporations. States set up cities are corporations too. This means you were basically way past due and set up your line of defense for you. Your choice is to learn how to win the battle and learn the secrets and never bring the pain home again. Remember today, never have joint credit. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, put it in trust, Ray's rules. Corporations should have millions of dollars of credit. Why? Because it's free money. All right, you get to write it all off. All you got to do is maintain the little payment. That's about it. And the credit can maintain its self-payment anyway. So no more excuses. Divisions for every piece of property, franchise, current business. Remember, You need to master the line of defense. Ray's rules. We got to learn to play the game. That's step 24. So today, at the end of the day, if you Zelle, I get to call you right away. If you don't, you call the office. They'll talk to you right away too. You got to decide who you want to talk to first. So the credit rebuilding do-it-yourself kit, book, and CD, or you got the class on Saturday, or we can do the work for you. Office is usually $9.98. And a class on Saturday called Education Analyzation. Cases are average 90 days. Some can go 180 if you slow us down on your part from you. I give you the visa for $1,000. You can reimburse yourself. Have price on a webinar is $4.99. You're still guaranteed a 750 score. And the bottom line is you get to have fun too. Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. So the bottom line is rebuilding your credit today. All right, if we do the starter package for the beginners, all right, that way they don't feel like, even though they waste thousands of dollars in crap, they're investing in themselves better this way too. So rebuild the credit, rapid rescore, articles, oscillus, tax ID, setup level 1, all right, 10,000 of credit. Office wants 2,000. I usually give half price on a webinar when you Zelle right away before I'm done talking of $9.99. You get 10 times the money back to you from your millionaires in the making. That comes with 25,000, the same goodies. But the office usually charges 5,000. I usually give $2,499 during a webinar with you because you get 10 times your money back again. Remember, it's Zelle, bank transfer, or deposit. At the end of the day, we got to do our best. We're going to stay safe and strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So last step for you is number 25 is the Zelle bank transfer right away. If not, you call the office, 800-510-3338. That's 800-510-3338. We have to do our best all through the day. Let God do the rest, and we have to remember, no matter what we believe in, God loves us all.